Once upon a time, two retired teachers decided to convert their garage into a pottery studio. Along with their daughter and son, they built a business around the idea that the world could use a little more art and a lot more artists. We're the Kaya family. Welcome to Wocky Pots. Hi everybody, how you doing? How you been? How are things? Shane and Diana here with episode number 41 of our Coffee Time show, where we talk about things that we've done, things that are happening right now, and hopefully things that are going to be happening in the future. Diana, what are we going to be talking about today?
Well, let's get started with last week. Because
oh boy, you guys.
Last week was so much fun.
Sorry for not having a Coffee Time episode for you guys. We were a little bit preoccupied.
Yes, we were. We did make a few things. I made some funky chickens and these little owls.
Yep.
And you made some...
Right, so I've got a couple bowls and what might be a pretty good cup by the time. That's
you know what? I'm looking at that thinking you might have found your cup.
I might have found my cup, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, this is still wet. I just put the handle on yesterday, so it's not close yet.
But the pottery really was not what we spent our week doing. We basically ran away.
We ran away.
And took time off as a family and had a great little vacation, a nice holiday. So we went.
Tell them where we went.
Yes. We went to Salem, Massachusetts.
Spoopy Salem, Massachusetts. Yes. It was so fun. It was great.
We're going to share some pictures from our trip with you. But I have to say, my two favorite things was the restaurant we ate in, Marco's Authentic Italian restaurant.
In Peabody, and you have to say Peabody, not Peabody, because if you call it Peabody, people know that you are a tourist. So it's Peabody.
Peabody. I had to practice that.
Yep. Anyway, that little Italian restaurant, Marco's, was fantastic. Really, really good.
Oh my gosh. I had potato gnocchi. They were homemade in a homemade pesto sauce. It melted in your mouth, and it was just phenomenal. Along with the bottle of wine that we got.
Moscato d'Asti. Diane and I were talking about this. We've never gotten a bottle of wine ever, anywhere we ever went out. And we finished that sucker.
We did.
It was really, really good.
And it was from the Piedmont region of Italy it had come from.
It was very, very good.
That was one of my very favorite parts
and
of the
then
trip.
Also the trolley ride through Salem was really great. It was information packed, lots of interesting things. The tour guides were absolutely fantastic.
Yes, we saw the statue of what is her name?
The Bewitched statue, right?
Yes, Montgomery. I can't think of her name.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
There we go. You got it. Growing up, oh my gosh, I watched Bewitched all the time.
Yep. And
so that was fun.
And all of the old houses and buildings. It was fantastic.
The cemeteries. And the other thing that we saw too was places where Hocus Pocus was filmed.
Right.
So that was fun.
Yep.
I have to say, one of the things that was most memorable to me from that trolley tour that I'm not sure we would have found out just walking around, we went by basically a hill. Where condos were built.
Oh yeah! Holy cow!
Oh my gosh!
So I'll tell the story.
Yes, you do it.
So they were starting to develop this land to build condos on, and they came across some unmarked graves, and apparently you can't disturb unmarked graves. So they didn't disturb them. They just brought in a whole bunch of dirt to put on top of them, so they could build the condos on top of those unmarked graves, and it's in a man-made little hill that is now on top of evidently an unmarked cemetery, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, so when people are standing in their basement, they might have a body under them.
They might have. Anyway, it's pretty creepy.
So that was interesting.
And the whole town had the whole spooky vibes. And of course, it's not yet Halloween, but it's getting there.
It's starting to feel that way.
Starting to feel that way. And the whole town had kind of a restlessness, like they're getting ready for the big show kind of a thing. Because we arrived early in the season. From now until November, that place is going to be packed with folks coming to visit because of the historical significance of the Salem witch trials, and also just to hang out with people that are like them, you know,
Yes.
of the same mindset.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was
a great trip.
It was big fun.
Yes, and when we came back, we both had that same exact feeling that we were ready to get into the studio and make some
Ready
pots.
to go.
Yes,
That's right. And we did stop at the farmers market in Salem.
We did.
And it was shocking for me to see that, because Salem's a pretty big place, but the farmers market was maybe a third the size of the farmers market that we sell our pottery at the Chincoteague Island Farmers and Artisans Market. And the most shocking thing to me, there's no potters set up there.
No.
And for all the stores and shops down the pedestrian walkway area there in Salem, and there's lots of little shops and apothecaries and herbalist places and all kinds of little shops, nobody sold handmade pottery at any of those. All of the like cups that you found that had Salem on the outside, they were all like mass-produced, made in China factory kind of things.
Yeah.
Nobody was selling handmade pottery in Salem, and that was shocking to me. I was very surprised at that.
It really was. It was. Well, we're talking about last week also. We decided we wanted to start doing a new thing in our coffee time, and that's giving a highlight or a challenge from the week before. So I'm going to start with my challenge because I had a challenge.
A challenge.
A challenge. I was going through my email for the studio email, not my personal email. And I was trying to get rid of all those spammy emails because they just take up so much space. Well, I'm going back and getting rid of. And I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't a spam one. And they're buried in all these other emails was where a person had met us at the market in July.
Oof.
And had told us how nice it was to meet us and that they would be interested in coming and taking some wheel lessons. And I was like,
In July, you
in
guys.
July.
It's September.
So, yeah, so the email was a really big snafu. And all I have to say is that email sucks.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
So that's our challenge.
That's the challenge.
And do we have a plan for fixing it? What do you think the fix is?
I tell you.
Yeah, the fix is for me to look at it. What I'm going to try to do is integrate it with Apple's mail system rather than us using the webmail portal that we've been using. That's not going to work. We'll get it set up so it's integrated through Apple Mail, and then problem will be mostly solved.
And I will say, I didn't just ignore it. I responded and I apologized for being so late and told her, I am so sorry. I'm just now seeing this, and I hope she accepts our apology because I never want to do that to people.
Right. Yeah. We don't want to do that. So anyway, that's your challenge, and we've got a way to fix it.
Yes. Now you get to share a highlight from your week.
So first of all, understand that the day in Salem was absolutely fantastic. Yes. Christopher and Diane and I spent the day in Salem, and it was really, really great. But we didn't talk about the difference in how we got to Salem. That's kind of an important thing. Diane and Christopher rocketed up the interstates in one day, spent the night at Salem, then we all did our thing in town, then spent the night in Salem again, and then they came home again on interstates. But I took the motorcycle, and I took 2 days to get to Salem and 2 days to come back from Salem. I took a roundabout route through the Poconos to avoid New York City and Philadelphia and all that snaggle. And I thought I was avoiding city traffic pretty well until I had to go through Boston coming home. That was maybe a little unplanned challenge for me. But I'm not really here to talk about challenges. I'm talking about the highlights. And the cool thing for me was stopping at the Frank Frazetta Museum in Stroudsville, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. That museum stop was fantastic, and I'll show you a couple of pictures. I can only show you a couple of pictures because not all of his artwork is family safe. So I'll show you a couple of pictures from that. But it was a very, very formative and impactful stop for me. Frank Frazetta's artwork was the illustration of my imagination when I was growing up. Lord of the Rings, Conan the Barbarian, even Star Wars, all owe their artwork to Frank Frazetta, and that's I'll share that some of those pics with you. But that's definitely my highlight from the past week.
And you were given a tour.
That's right. Frank Frazetta's daughter-in-law and granddaughter gave me a tour of the museum, and it was just fantastic. They had props that he used as references for his warriors. He was really into sword and sorcery, kind of stuff. Even some of the reference pictures, reference works that he used for like some of his Tarzan illustrations, because he also did many of the covers for the Tarzan books. So all that stuff was in the museum, and it was just an absolutely fantastic stop. So that's my highlight.
Yes, wonderful.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, and guess what time it is?
Map update.
Yep,
Map
you guessed.
update. That was a total guess, you guys. Total guess. Map update.
Because I get excited when it's map update time.
Yep.
So pins that went in the map this week.
And we will show pictures of these guys.
Yes. Are for Teresa from Europa, Mississippi. Janine from Rochester, Minnesota. Carol from Hoboken, Georgia. Dr. Tooney Pierce from Carnesville, Georgia. Sharon from Fairview, Pennsylvania. Sheila from the Netherlands. Ray from Melbourne, Australia. And Sharon from Gunalda, Queensland.
Wow, we have a lot of folks
I'm so
chiming
excited.
in. If you haven't yet, please do drop us a comment telling us where you're watching from, and we'll make sure we stick a pin in the map for you.
Yes.
If you have already told us where you're from and we have not yet mentioned you in a Coffee Time episode, please mention it again where you're from, because it's entirely possible we missed it.
Yes, and I don't want too many snafus.
Right, but we really appreciate everybody who's tuning in. So thank you everyone for watching.
So, and this week is going to be a great week.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We've got a lot of things happening in the studio, a lot of changes coming, because our homeschool art classes begin this week.
So we're going to kick it back into teacher mode
Yes.
for a while. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, so Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to have kids in the studio. And this week, we're focusing on charcoals.
Yep.
So that's going to be fun.
Every time we do our lessons, we always talk about the elements and principles of art. And I can't wait to get the kids using charcoal. That's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and charcoals are so great for, light and shadow.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very nice way to focus on that. We also have a family coming to glaze their sugar bowls tomorrow that they made with us.
Yep. Tomorrow's a busy day.
It is. Today's a busy day too, because we need to do that raccoon firing that's not been done yet.
Oh, yikes. We got to do a raccoon firing.
We do.
Yep.
And I've got some orders to make. Orders.
Yep.
Orders.
Yep. Orders.
Orders. I have some spoon rests to make and a happy birthday plate.
I can't wait to see how that turns out.
That's going to be so much fun.
So this is a tradition that we didn't even really know about, but evidently there is a thing where a small child is gifted a plate with happy birthday and then their name on it. And then they eat their cake from that plate like every year. And I think that's a great tradition. That's a fantastic tradition. So we're going to be making those.
Yeah. And guys, if you have a happy birthday plate or you've made a happy birthday plate and you want to share that picture with us, I would so love to see these happy birthday plates, because I've started looking and there's such a variety.
Right.
It's so cool. Mm-hmm. We also have some new events that we need to prepare for.
Right. So a couple of fall, autumn-y events, and some, it's really holiday shopping events that we need to start planning for.
NASA, which is near us, it's the
Wallops Flight Facility in Wallops Island, Virginia.
They sent us an email last week inviting us to bring our pottery to their community fair that they have, and they say that it's very well attended. It's basically geared for the employees of NASA. So we're going to be going to that. And then we have an SCA event again. We had one in the spring, and now we've got one now in the fall.
This could be a very large event also, so we need to set up for that. Now, those two events are on top of our already scheduled holiday events. We've got the Holly Market at Shinkley coming up, and then any other shopping? It seems like I'm missing one. Am I missing one?
we usually do our open house here at
Oh,
the
that's right.
studio
Yep.
also.
I'm not sure if we're going to get that.
So we'll see. And some of our friends at the market have also told us about some other events happening and stuff, because when the market stops, we're like, oh, we're used to going and chatting with people and stuff, and we want to be able to do some of that.
Still get some of our public
Yes.
social stuff out.
Yes, and in fact, the Wednesday market at Chincoteague is this coming Wednesday is the very last one. So, folks, if you haven't visited on a Wednesday and you want to visit on a Wednesday, this is your last chance until next year. And then it'll go on Saturdays through October. So, but we can feel the difference. You can feel that sense of things closing down and shutting down, leaves starting to turn.
And we're shifting gears from outdoor markets to our online store. Yeah. So very soon you're going to see us showing a market table that is set up here in the studio, and we're going to show the things that we currently have available to ship, and that's how we're going to do that.
Yes, so we'll be shipping.
Yep,
It'll be fun.
Yep.
So anyway, but that's some of the things happening this coming week, as well as the fact that we'll be making some things. So Shane, what are you making?
Okay, so this coming week, obviously more cups and mugs, things with handles, but also those soup bowls with handles.
Right.
And I've been working on the shapes and the forms. This was from this past week. And I have a bunch of other things that I threw yesterday that aren't even here on the table. But these are the shapes I'm talking about. And aside from our regular coffee mugs, the soup bowls I think are going to be a big thing for me. It just occurred to me though, some people have asked for yarn bowls. So while I'm doing bowls, I may make a couple of yarn bowls while I'm working on that form anyway.
Yeah, so.
And that's it for me. How about you? What are you working on? You got lots of stuff.
I am going to be making owl luminaries this week, in addition to all the other things. So.
And I'll show you guys a picture of an owl luminary.
Yes.
So you understand what we're talking about.
From ones that I made previously. So I can't wait to make them because I don't know. It's something about fall, and I just love a luminary in the fall of the year. It's so cozy.
Yep. Well, okay, so you've got some luminaries, and those will be hand-built.
Yep. Hand built.
And out of our standard 112 clay.
Yes, because we picked up all that clay. So,
sometime next week, we got to order some Shelterly Brown and some Iceman White clay. And we'll pick that up. There's no rush on that because we have a ton, literally, of other clays.
Yeah, so that and the fact that I'll be trying to get some more salt and pepper shakers because we've had like 3 people at the market ask us for those magic shakers. So owl luminaries and magic shakers are on my agenda.
Awesome.
So
well, we have lots of things to make. Anything else coming up that we need to talk about?
No, I don't think so. I think that takes care of everything.
All right. Well, listen, today is the second day of autumn. So if nobody has wished you a happy autumn in the northern hemisphere or happy spring in the southern hemisphere,
that's right.
Please enjoy the change of the season. And no matter which season you're changing into, enjoy the change. Right?
Sounds good.
All right. So we go ahead and sign it out?
Yes.
Thanks, guys, so much for watching. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please do hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of new content. And toodaloo, TTFN, ta-ta for now. Take care. See you later. Have a fantastic day, no matter where you're at. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.